All right, the game is in a weird place right now, and I think we have a very important to talk about. This is the State of the Game report, and joining with me today is Evdog, who has been working hard around the Marvel Strike Force Players Voice movement. What's up, Evdog?
What's up, Mobile? Thanks for having me, brother.
Right, and I know you have some very specific issues that you want to talk about with Scopely and a plan of attack. But before we get into it, I just want to take, why are you doing this? What is this all about?
I mean, we started the Players Voice movement because we just love the game and we want to see the game continue. We put a lot of work into it. We're seeing the community fall apart. CCs are quitting. Top players are quitting. Influencers are quitting. And it's not just random people quitting. It's cornerstones of the community quitting. And we're hoping that we can, create some change to see that reversed.
Yeah, it seems like a strange time more than ever, with Tana and Goofy, and it feels like it's definitely at some sort of convergence. And right now seems like a good time to actually get Scopely to do things. Would you agree?
Absolutely. I mean, if you think about it, in the last month and a half, we've seen Tadano quit, we've seen Tana quit, we've seen Goofy quit. I know quite a few other people are really on the edge. I mean, for the first time since I've been playing the game, we're in you and I are in the top alliance, and it's hard to recruit. It's hard to keep people interested. It's just a very, very weird time in the game. And that's even at the top.
Yeah, and I've shared this with you. I have a lot of confidence in your leadership to get this done, and you currently have been talking with Scopely, but right now you're getting ready to take it to the next step. So talk about this players council, and you told me that you have 3 objectives that you wanted to tackle with them right out of the gate.
Right. So the Players Council is just basically, a way for us to have a proactive voice. We've just kept thinking that, we could forever be reactive and sit here and, deal with mess up after mess up. But if we have a voice on the front end of these things, we could possibly create a situation where these mistakes don't happen. The 3 things that we want to address right away, of course, is 1, quality assurance. Every day it feels like something goes wrong with the game. The leaderboards, which I think are the main reason for the burnout of especially our top players, and the bottlenecks, which, the community feels at every level. We think if we can address those 3 immediately, we could maybe turn around some community sentiment and get this thing going in the right way, build back some community trust, put the game in a better place.
Yeah, I think those things we can all agree are things that should be addressed. Now, there have been movements and attempts to get Scopely to do things in the past. Tell me about what you've done so far and the number of people involved, and frankly, the leverage that you have in getting this process started.
Basically, what we've tried to do, and it makes us a little bit different, is we try to include everybody in this process. Even the State of the Game report is really an amalgamation of all the voices in our Discord, through focus groups, through polling, through talking in the forums. And, we're hoping, we have 5,000 members, we have about 400 alliances represented, and we're hoping that the way that we push this Players Council is from support from the community. This is when we really need the community to get behind it, because Scopely Boundless tends to act only when there's community outrage, and they do always react. So if we can get the support behind it, I think that we can make some changes.
Yeah, you're being modest. The stats on the server actually say 5,300 people and 530 alliances, but I'll take your numbers. You're being modest. Now, what types of things are you going to want to do if Scopely is not receptive to this? I'm curious on what types of things you're proposing.
Well, what we're initially going to do is, the biggest thing is, we're going to put a lot of pressure on them to respond to the document right away. And we're going to do that through the hashtag movement, have the 500 alliances show support. We're going to try to put this in the hands of all the important people on the Boundless side. You know, we're going to try to get it to the archangels and the devs we speak to, and maybe even Lori and all of them. And if there isn't the response that we want, then we'll look to the community to have a stronger response, like a stronger push. Our feeling is it's now or never. It's like if it's not going to get better now, it's pretty much the end of the game, in our opinion.
So, people that are watching that want to get involved, what's the best way they can get involved with this on the Discord server and be a part of this process together?
Well, I would advise everybody to, come on the Discord server, show their voices, and be a part of, especially the building of the Players Council, because we will be creating that Players Council within the server. We will be doing it through some appointments, a lot of community voting. And the idea, just so you know, behind the Players Council is we take a couple people from every part of the community. We'll have some CCs, we'll have Krakens, we'll have mid-level spenders, we'll have cheap to play, we'll have free to play. It's probably going to be somewhere between 10 to 12 people, and maybe we might have 8 people that alternate and rotate.
Yeah, and for me, I've never seen something like this so organized. And I know a lot of people talk about the original movement, but my take on that was that, that was right when COVID started, right? And so many people flooded to the game, and it just was like, that was more important than anything. You remember that, right? Everybody, like philosopher. Yeah, I mean, because we were in lockdown. And so for me, the way, hindsight looking back, the reason why I don't think that went anywhere was because COVID, just flooded. And I think Reminex uses the Bubba Gump shrimp boat thing where, basically, Bubba Gump Shrimp Company and Forrest Gump blew up because it was the only boat. And, that's kind of what happened with, Marvel Strike Force. I mean, no fault, no credit to their own. They were successful. Would you agree?
I would agree. I would definitely agree. I think as we put in the report, like there's some processes that were successful because of COVID, because we had all that time. And now that COVID is gone, they still haven't really adjusted to the new to the new world,
All right. So anything you want to say before we go? Just have people come out and get involved on the Discord is your main recommendation?
I would love for people to continue to come on the Discord, get involved, show support, especially through the hashtag movement. I would love for them to. I know that the document is a little intense, but we wanted to make sure that we included all the voices that we were hearing, and we also wanted to show Scopely that the Players Council could actually represent player voices. So while they don't have to sit and read through everything, just take a look at it. I'm sure that they will be impressed with the time spent trying to represent them. And I hope that when they see how much time we put into it, they will show their support.
I have a lot of confidence in the direction that this movement could go, largely because you're involved and you have very strong leadership. I've been in the alliance with you now for probably 18 months, and I've seen it on a daily basis how you work with people and manage a group of people. And I actually think that based off my experience with you, that this could be a very successful thing and the game could move in the right direction.
I totally appreciate that, Mobile, and same here. I'm really hoping that this goes forward. Our intention is really, like, we are really genuinely about just making the game better for everyone. There's no, we're not being paid by Scopely. There's no we're doing this all for free. All this time is for free, and it's only because we want to see the game live. Hopefully, Boundless sees that too. They don't see it as a threat. They see it as, at the end of the day, in the middle, we both have the same goal of wanting to see the game survive.
All right, so head over to the Discord. The link to that will be in the description. As always, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. Bye for now. Thanks, Dog, for coming out.
Thank you, brother.